I have the lovely Sharelle Rosado in the building right now. Let me get you a mic set up here. Pull a mic over for her so she can get good. All right, let's see how you doing this morning, girlfriend.
I'm doing amazing. I can't complain.
All right, listen, you look lovely.
Yes. Thank you.
You smell good.
I mean, it's a little something.
Rich, stop hitting on her.
I'm just saying, that's not even hitting on it. I'm just saying an observation. She smells good.
You're going to get punched.
She smells like fruits and berries.
You're going to get punched. All right, listen, this has been W.A.G.S Central.
It really has been.
Or Sharelle Central.
That would be the boss part right there. There we go. All right, so listen now, we have a bunch to talk about just to get kind of acclimated. I have not been a fan of these kind of shows because I always feel like it's cap. But I got sucked into this when I saw Jules on it, and then I got sucked in when that prenup conversation had me sweating.
Right. Listen, it had me sweating.
No, you were very comfortable with that number that you threw out there.
No, let's get it straight. I didn't throw out a number. My lawyer threw out a number.
Your lawyer got to go.
Listen, no, it became the battle of the lawyers. Chad and I sat in the hot seat, and it was like they were going, like, the numbers that we discussed was not the numbers that she spit out.
Oh.
So it was like, okay, I'm going to one-up you. And he was like, I'm going to one-up you. So a lot of the scenes that he said didn't come out. Chad wanted 85% of my company.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Wait, I mean, okay.
That's crazy.
That's off.
85%.
But he did deserve some.
How?
I mean, just being.
Do we need to pull up the articles of organization?
No. You definitely have come in with what you own. That's yours. It's all yours. However, I do, just in watching the show and looking at the people, the cachet that you have access to, that's been helped by him.
My client, no, it hasn't.
Because he's an athlete. I'm just saying.
Because he's an athlete, but my clientele are not athletes.
Right.
My clientele are not are business people that don't know anything about my relationship.
Well,
because I don't broadcast. They don't even know who I am.
Gotcha. They don't even know you're on the show?
How I promote? No. A lot of my clientele that I get, how I promote, is not coming from my relationship.
And you were established before said relationship.
Correct.
Okay. And then you was going to try to take some of his podcasts.
Well, I mean, I am. Do y'all see the real report?
I know, but I mean, he was the caveat to get that, and then it's
no.
She is on it.
I'm not gonna.
She's not gonna give in. I see it. She is not. She's like, I'm not
gonna
budging.
discredit Chad because Chad is amazing, and he has put my business to another level.
Right.
And I can say that. But at the end of the day, Chad and I had a conversation that was not shown on TV. And my biggest thing, I don't want what you brought, and I feel like you shouldn't take what I have.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Let's do something to make sure if something happens to us that all 11 of our kids are taken care of.
That was a whole nother thing right there. That's a lot of mac and cheese.
It's a lot. But you know what? But you know what? At the end of the day, it's about them. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing that was the message that should have been delivered.
Well, that's lovely.
Now, okay, let's talk about that because you're on both sides. You're one of the stars of the creators of this show, and you're also on the producer side. Mm-hmm. So, and this might be educational for us. Mm-hmm. Doesn't a producer get to decide those things, like what comes out?
So the thing about it, the only reason why I received consultant producers, Selling Tampa was not renewed. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to fight to keep us going. So I had when it was announced that Selling Tampa wasn't renewed, I have 12 different producers coming at me. This was during the World Cup in Qatar. Mm-hmm. And I was interviewing while going to the games, heading to the games. I'm taking calls, trying to pick the best production company. And I was like, you know what? I want some type of credit. Just because you have consultant producer credits, you can pitch ideas, does not give you editing credits.
So you don't get final cut.
You don't get final cut. You don't get a choice of the cast. The only thing you get is a percentage of what's left over after the show is released. I have no say-so over what network is being marketed to, anything. So people like, oh, you're in the producer credits. It's because before the show was ever produced, I made a deal. I need something.
She negotiated.
Yeah.
That's boss moves.
You wanted your name on it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I see it.
Why do you think Selling Tampa wasn't renewed or it didn't get a second season? Maybe it will one day, but why do you think that didn't happen?
I feel like a lot of people compared us, even though we had the same production company as Selling Sunset. A lot of people compared us to Selling Sunset, and it's two different type of shows.
Sure.
I had just medically retired out actually I was still in the military, transitioning out, and I started my brokerage. My brokerage wasn't even 3 months old, and I landed a TV show deal. So
it was more about what you brought. It wasn't about the real estate part of it. It was more so about the essence that
correct.
Everything around it that was the saleable part for Netflix to pick it up.
Correct. So the audience, they see, we did a collab with Selling Sunset when it was announced. They're like, this is nothing like Selling Sunset. So it drew up a whole bunch of controversies.
So they had expectations.
And the markets are
okay.
And the markets are different.
Painfully different.
We can't compare it to LA. So
and they were clowning like I remember because when that show launched, all of the people who were like fans of Sunset was like, they ain't even selling nothing,
right.
And they ghetto and blah blah blah. And I was like, hold up.
Not one house. And actually, I did shout out to Monique Rodriguez, the CEO of Mayo Organics. She reached out to me and she was like, I want to support a small Black business, and she bought a beautiful home in Miami. Wow. And we showed that on the show.
Now, listen, we're gonna chat a lot here. We're gonna take a quick break here. We're gonna come back because the deal is when we went on the air with JulZ, I started getting emails from Gabriel. Oh
yeah.
I started getting emails from Gabriel. He was on it. I was on the phone, and it was like it was on bloom, and I'm like, okay, so it was like 2:46, and then I was continuing the phone call, and it's like bloom. And it was like 2:48. I was like, God damn, she got a team. So he was on it.
He hit me up so quick, and he was like, so when we coming to sit down, huh? Yep, when?
He had your back for sure.
We have our side.
Because it's different sides. And for someone who was always on set, never made excuses, out here getting it, taking some for the team, and then you got people who barely showed up, making excuses, and now they want to act like they made the show.
Hey, just add her. Just add her.
Just
add her. Come on.
All right, well, we gonna do that. We're gonna take a break real quick, talk about Jazz in the Gardens, and we'll be back. It's kind of apropos to have the beef between Drake and Kendrick going on when you have Sharelle Rosado in here from W.A.G.S to Riches, because she is here because there's some things that were said that her team was like, we going to Tampa, gas up the jet. So you have some, what did you hear from your team that made you want to come and visit?
Well, it was a few things. The first thing was, if she wasn't on the show, it wouldn't have gotten greenlit.
Right. That was something she said. She said it was passed on twice.
That's a lie. That is a lie. We did one show. It was a real estate show with all my agents in Miami. But I pitched two different. I was like, either I have a lot of WAGs that are part of my Miami brokerage. We can do that. Netflix came back and said, we don't want to do any more real estate shows. We have enough out there. But we love the concept of these women doing their own thing. They're not riding their husband coattails.
Okay.
So we went back to the drawing board, and they already said, okay, we're going to do something with you, but let's redo the cast. It was just myself, Ashley, and Miranda. Okay. So they kept us, and then they started asking us, hey, do you know any more WAGs in the area?
Okay.
Then we filmed the second pilot. She didn't have any input on that pilot. The pilot that caused us to get a green light was myself, Stoney, and Portia.
Gotcha.
So wait, so Stoney was okay because there's some stuff about you and Stoney not having a good relationship. Right. She was an integral part in the one that got greenlit.
She was myself, Stoney, and Portia was the main highlight of why that show got greenlit.
So if you wanted her, did you call her a prostitute? Because I'm just saying that would be kind of wrong.
I never called Stoney a prostitute. My thing was, and it wasn't about a sex tape, but because that's her story, it had to be highlighted. I said, Stoney, you're going around, trying to get tea on me, but word on the street. And I pulled out the magazine that you're in an escort magazine. The word was escort, not prostitute. And she explained, she said, yes, that's true. I'm in an escort magazine, but I'm not an escort. I was basically told that this was a modeling magazine, and they took my pictures and put it in the Call Girl magazine. So it was facts about it, but it wasn't true that she was actually an escort.
Okay.
So though a lot of that did get cut, and it was focused mainly on the sex tape.
Okay, the biggest thing, the talk about being a mean girl. Like, we got to talk about this because you kind of got put into a different light over here.
And a lot of people agreed with the text where they were like, she's a mean girl, she's a mean girl. Then it just started to build out of control. So you can nip that with whatever you want to bring to the table to explain why you mean?
I would. Do y'all think I'm a mean girl?
No.
I mean, honestly,
no,
kind
not
of,
at all.
sort
No, in
of.
real life, meeting
Oh,
me.
no. Not in real life. It's fine, but I mean, there is a. I mean, the way I told her that she was depicted as a villain is the same way I think you're played as a mean girl. Like you're the one, because that whole like don't sit at my table. I was like, that felt very sixth grade.
No, so when did I say that on camera?
When you were at the first little party and you like, I just don't let any people in my circle, just anybody in my circle.
Right.
I can't have her over here
So
because she represents me.
No, I'm gonna tell you the real
I
story.
know way too much about that script.
I'm
Right?
gonna tell you the real story of why I said she couldn't sit at the table for real. We were at Playa and we had just finished filming a scene and it was coming back to me. This was before the rooftop. It was coming back to me that Sony talking shit about it.
Oh, Lord. Okay. All right.
okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Boy, them cussers come from Miami. Well, I gotta tell you.
Stoney was talking that crap.
Sony was talking crap about you, you know, this, that, and the third. So why would I have you at the table that I'm buying bottles and doing this for? You get your own table. This happened in real life and it wasn't filmed.
Okay.
So that's when the beef really started coming between Stoney and I, because
Okay.
we wasn't talking. It was just MJ was coming back telling me things. Everyone was coming back telling me things. And I was like, why she can't come tell me? So that's where you can't sit at my table. I mean, would you want somebody at your table that you're paying the bill for to come drink and break bread with you?
I feel like Orlando's done that before.
I've shared a lot with people who I hate.
But I'm not fake. I can't do that.
Right.
Oh,
So
I'm totally fake.
so just don't be around me.
Mm-hmm.
But the mean girl, I wouldn't say mean girl. Of course, we're doing a TV show. So in real life, I would have had a conversation with Stoney, you know, offside, not in front of a group of women, whatever. But we're doing a TV show.
Right.
We have to hit those points. We have to get to it to understand who Stoney is, what background she had, and everything else. Because if I would have did it off camera, this show is boring. It has nothing to it.
What's
It's not
the point?
Yeah, what's the point of it? So people have to understand this is how it is. It's just being direct. And
it's also your job at the end of the day. Does
Right.
it take a toll on you sometimes when you read the comments and the trolls and stuff like that? And like, listen, I also want to be entertaining on the show. I'm not going to be like everybody's perfect angel every single episode. You know, does it take a toll on you?
It did at first. The only thing that really took a toll, like I told you guys before, was the colorism. I think that was the biggest thing. Anything else, mean girl, I know who I am. And people who truly know me know that I'm a woman's woman. And I will put any and everybody on.
Yeah. Now, I did notice that because, I mean, of course, with Jules saying all the stuff she said, it was easy for people to glom on to that and be like, you know, why are you getting singled out? And when I noticed it after that, like, episode where the girl was in her face and they had the whole thing and everybody was like, why are you acting out? Like, why you out here being ghetto? Because we in this nice place and we representing black excellence and all that stuff. And I got mad just as a watcher because I'm like, wait a minute, Kodak's girl whooped up on somebody and ended up going to jail. I'm like, ain't nobody throw up their arms like, hey, what we doing here? I was like, so why was it that disparity?
But see, people don't know everything that happened. So Kania was originally supposed to come for me. She was talking crap about me to Stoney and Alexis. But before, what's her name? Jules came up to Kania. What you is extra?
Oh.
Nobody caught. They didn't catch it because we weren't filming yet. So she like, I was part of the cast before, you know, they even considered you. I was a potential castmate. So she felt some type of way with her deliverance. And Jules may not have meant nothing by it, but Jules have a strong deliverance when she speaks sometimes.
Yeah.
That's a Latina, you know.
So two people, is she Latina?
I'm pretty sure she is.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
she's
Puerto Rican?
she's half Puerto Rican, half Italian.
I don't know. We got to check the...
That's me, girl. You just did it. You just did it.
I need facts.
We gotta check that. Like, why we checking DNA swabs? What are we doing?
I mean, because it's a lot of check facts that need to be checked.
Okay.
And we gonna get into
Do a
it.
23
Okay.
me.
We gonna get into it.
All right.
but her deliverance is very strong. So you saying that to someone you don't know and you never met, of course they're gonna feel some type of way and they're gonna try to come for you. Oh,
Yeah.
they trying to take your spot now because they want to be okay. I'm about to show you. So when Jules go over there, we don't know what happened because we were minding our own business. But when me saying it, Jules did call her a B first. And then that's when they started going. So
That was on the show.
Because
Yeah.
a B back in my day, you called me a B. That's
That means
fighting words too.
Yeah.
But people use it so like, oh, this bitch, like oh man, bitch, what's up, bitch? Like
But
you know,
that's
like
different. That's different from saying that to someone you don't know and y'all in a heated situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To your face.
And you got so much to lose. Like at this time of age, I wouldn't even, soon as it got to that point, and the people at the table should have stopped it because y'all have so much to lose as women. So why be in an establishment, my homeboy's establishment, fighting, showing your behind?
Oh, but that's where y'all need the first merch piece to be what she said. You are not a tree.
You are not a tree.
Because that was the good line right there. You're like, girl, you could have just moved away. And I was like, you're not a tree was actually golden right there. That was perfect.
I want to talk to you about something because
Wait, let me tell everybody we're on with Sharelle Rosado from W.A.G.S to Riches. It's on Netflix right now, and it's definitely a war of words because YesJulz came in, and now Sharelle is in here making sure she could debunk everything that she believes was not represented correctly. Go ahead.
Gotcha. So, I mean, for the people that don't know, it's February, which is a big date coming up. Chad Ocho Cinco is talking about.
It's Black History Month.
Oh yeah, that's it.
He's like that
But
too.
Chad saying that he's walking down the aisle no matter what. So I want to know, for Guy Code out here, is there any chance that you're going to be walking down the aisle with Chad? And if not, is there any chance you guys are going to reconcile?
I mean, February 22nd is right around the corner. I'm not just about to run down the aisle. We have a lot of things that we're working on internally. Chad is an amazing guy. He's an amazing father. But our focus right now is fixing what we had going on and taking care of our kids and business.
He's an amazing father because he got 11 kids.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people who have a lot of kids.
That's very true.
I mean, he got a lot of practice. he's good.
Did you, meeting Chad, I was reading, of course, we knew you were coming in here, so I was doing my research and stuff. That being said, I read that you slid into his DMs. Is that how you met him?
I met him. I sent heart eyes when he was walking across the field.
Ooh.
And he responded right away. And he started liking pictures. And he was like, can I have your number? And that's how we connected.
Now, I said something when I read the issue that, because when AI tells you all this stuff, I don't know if you've ever AI'd yourself, but good Lord. So it was talking about the fact of whatever the issue was with y'all breaking up. And I don't want to go, too into the weeds, but basically it was saying there was a phone involved and it was text messages or whatever. That's what it said on the actual AI. I swear to God.
Well, I guess AI is right.
I mean, because my whole thing is that I firmly believe after the athletes that I've met that, and this might sound like an excuse, but I'm Team Chad because I told you I want y'all to get back.
Team Chad
I want y'all to get back so it could be back to that. But I mean, I think athletes have a problem with like adoration. They don't know how to handle it.
No,
like,
they don't.
fine women have been fine forever. Y'all been telling dudes no forever. So y'all got good practice. But when the forward women of the world today hit you up and say, ooh, hey, next thing you know is, ooh, let me come over. And it's hard to handle that. So does that give him any saving grace on, hey, like now that we know it's an issue, we can fix it, but maybe we can get back?
I feel like it's more to it. It's more healing even before our relationship. Like childhood trauma for both of us. So if we're going to get married and the pre-marriage counseling and everything, I feel like we need to fix ourselves first instead of rushing into something or doing something for what the public want to see.
Okay.
And we both understand that.
So you're not totally putting it out saying no. You just saying that you guys got to work on it first.
Yes.
That's a lot of work.
So he still got a chance.
Yeah.
We still got a chance. All right,
Now, what would you like people who are fans of W.A.G.S to Riches and your brand? What would you like people to hear you from your mouth this morning about any of this back and forth or even just the show?
I feel like at the end of the day, I respect all the women, even Jules. We're going to have our little Katie moments. But if Jules, Stoney, any of the ladies needed something, I'm there and vice versa. I feel like, they can say the same thing about me. We are women. It's a TV show. We're here to entertain, and some things happen that you can't take back. But at the end of the day, it's all about how you come back together and show the world that we still support each other.
I like that.
Okay, see, that's too warm and fuzzy. That's not mean girl enough. No, you're supposed to be meaner than that.
Oh, I can make it real mean real quick.
Oh, okay.
What she said?
I got a
about
question.
me.
No, I just wanted to ask, like, was there anything on the show that wasn't necessarily put on there, or was there any time something happened where you were like, you know what, maybe this is a little bit too much for the show, like maybe we should take that out of there?
I probably would say the abortion scene.
Gotcha.
The abortion scene. I feel like, honestly, and she can say whatever, saying it was old pics. I just feel like when Jules called me, it was, oh, I didn't know Ocho. Like, Jules be up and down. It's like, girl, what did you own? Like, did you take a whole bunch of caffeine before you called me or whatever? So she'll call all excited and then tone down. So when she called me, she was like, yeah, I just had an abortion today. I'm not coming on scene. I was like, girl, you shouldn't come on scene. Like, don't let people force you to come on if that just happened, right? So I forget about things. Like, you talking to me, it's so much going on. I have 2 different businesses. I'm filming a TV show. I have kids to take care of. It's just a lot going on. So when we're at the table and we're talking about kids, of course, Portia just announced she was pregnant, and we were mainly focused on Ashley then, because Phil said he wanted a girl. Ashley was like, no, I like, all the men. I like being the queen of the house. And then we're going around. We even talked about having kids or not. Of course, I'm the type, because I'm big in communication, I ask everyone. So
You're involving everybody that's sitting at the table.
Correct. So Jules is sitting next to me, and I went around the whole table, and I feel like people are just dissecting the part where I asked. Of course, it's TV, so they're going to take facial expressions, whatever. I asked, I was like, you want any more kids? You didn't have a miscarriage. You didn't choose. You said you had an abortion. So I'm coming from a military background. I pay attention to detail. So I'm looking at the attire you have on. I'm looking, you never got up and went to the bathroom. And I did the research because my close friend is an OBGYN. And I asked her, what's the process? She said, it's the heavy bleeding the first day. So it questioned, did you really have an abortion? Like, are you using that storyline to cop out why you got the fighting? Because you said it triggered you to go over there, and that's why you acted out of character with Kania. So, of course.
So you don't believe
No.
that happened?
No. Because the next day, and I sent it to a few of the castmates, I was like, she had an abortion, but she outside in a bathing suit. She come back and say, oh, that was weeks ago. It was Memorial Weekend. You was out. You had videos of you partying every day that week. You can't be in a bathing suit if you just had an abortion. I'm just saying. You can't use tampons if you just had an abortion.
So those photos that she posted, even though she said it was taken well beforehand, you say no.
That was Memorial Weekend, because I seen some of the events. It was Memorial Weekend. She was outside in bathing suits.
Damn, she a detective too.
I pay attention to
I just
detail.
never really been on the broadcast where that word has been used so much. I'm sitting here like, I know people clutching their pearls. Like, what are they talking about?
And look at her attire that night, what she had on. It was like sheer
Crop top,
sheer fitted pants.
Right.
Jeans.
You have to have on they were sheer. They were sheer.
I just remember seeing her stand up like, I'll fight, and I thought it was jeans, but I don't know.
No, they were sheer fitted pants. You can't wear those type of attire, and you have to have on a heavy pad. I know. And then you, where I was getting to, if you had if that triggered you, instead of calling me, because after the fight she called me, why are you liking this pictures? Why? I'm like, Jules, who are you? You're not my mom. If you really went through that, you would have been like, Sharelle, why did you ask me that? Not once did she call me and say, Sharelle, why did you ask me that? You know that was a trigger point. But what it was people behind the scenes was like, how do you feel? If you had an abortion, how do you feel when Sharelle asked you for a storyline?
She, when she was in with us, she said that she didn't want to go, but because what she was going through with her baby daddy and the Kanye thing, she needed the check. So
you're going to get a check regardless, because it was a lot of times that you didn't show up for scenes. Another reason why I question anything that Jules say, we were filming a scene. Jules said she didn't want to come because her family had some health issues and she was in Tampa. It was Bad Boy premiere event. Ashley and I had just finished filming the scene. She called me again. I'm not coming. I'm having health issues, and we were squashing the whole abortion thing because I reached out to her. Then you in Tampa, right? It's Bad Boy premiere in Miami, the big one. An hour later, we see your behind at the Bad Boy premiere event. Drinks and everything. So, of course, I'm going to question everything you say because you just told me an hour ago that you was in Tampa taking care of your father.
Okay. You know what? He's kind of a detective too.
Don't point at me. Don't point me in it.
So when things
Come on now. Are you appreciating this? Because I'm serious.
You hit my Law and Order joint. My Law and Order.
Sherlock Holmes, baby.
Well, because I mean, when she was here, she said after that exchange about her procedure and how she felt it went, she didn't want to do anything, so she was staying away from the camera. And then I guess someone, maybe Sade, who she's close with, had cajoled her to get back into it or whatever.
Sade didn't even come to that event. So
well,
that's enough.
But I'm not saying that
Sade
specific, but I'm
even
saying
showed
that's
up.
just what she said.
Sade barely even showed up for scenes. It was a lot of times Sade missed scenes because she was protecting her space and, she was pregnant and no one knew. Jules barely showed up for scenes because she was trying to get to the bag, her money. She would say, I'm going to Paris. That's why she missed out on the photo shoot with everyone because she chose to go to Paris. A lot of times she missed a lot of scenes because of her personal reasons, and it wasn't the abortion.
Okay.
Do you believe that and I mean this in a holistically thing, because holistic position, because you're one of the creators. Do you believe this show represents women well?
From me looking at it, I didn't like how it was. I didn't like certain scenes.
Okay.
But the scenes that were good, I did enjoy. Like when we all did come together, I did enjoy.
Okay.
Everyone is given a call time. Everyone is given a place to be, a time for a place to be. So if we have to show up, that's all I'm gonna say.
Well, as a person who's just watching it with fresh eyes, I hear the term boss bitch a lot. And it's just you and all that I know that you do, I could see you wave that flag. But it's a lot of people on that show who ain't really hit boss levels yet. And it's so vocal about everybody on there. It's we boss. And it's like the people who are watching, can y'all money up first before
I'm gonna tell you who are bosses that I've seen with my own eyes. Alexis Stoudemire is a boss.
Okay.
Ashley Wheeler is a boss. She has her own business that they didn't highlight. Portia is a boss. She has her whole brand, the Bad Be Good Mom.
You're not gonna say
you run out of some names.
Stoney actually, she has a place, a boutique. She's doing very well now.
That's you being a nice girl.
No, I'm serious. Like,
I know she has one.
We
we seen it on the show, but it was all right.
You're not gonna throw Jules in there? You're not gonna throw Jules in there?
I don't know what Jules do. I'm just being honest.
She got 1 a.m.
She's never not working.
Yeah. 1 a.m.
I can't.
She's a creator. Listen, Jules has done a lot. Jules has done. I gotta stand up for the fact.
I don't know what she does.
I've known her for like 2 decades. She's done a lot, and I mean,
the last artist I heard.
070 Shake.
I don't know.
Yeah, she's popping.
I don't know. She wasn't popping on the show. That's all I'm saying.
Damn.
People are texting in and saying, I'm definitely watching this tonight. I had no idea. Thank you guys so much for bringing this to light now.
Listen, the show is getting a lot of attention, and I just that's why I wanted to ask about how you feel, because between what Sunset people said and then just for watching it with fresh eyes, I just wanted to know how, because today, it's different. The world is different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Women are, everybody's city girls, this, Cardi that, my section, my bottles. And so it's a different space right now. That's why I ask if it's giving the right feeling for you and the collective, because it's so, and I mean, people lazily use ghetto. And they lazily use hood or whatever, but it's very current with today. So I'm asking if you like the way that representation of it is, instead of not about the real estate closings as much, or not about, because I mean, realistically, everybody's claiming that they want to be bosses, but everybody has a source, an athlete or somebody else who's the bag. So W.A.G.S, you like, I think Jules said it, and I said it to her when she said, I don't ever want to be dependent on a man. I'm like, you're on a show called WAGS. That means you're dependent on a man at some point, even for the title.
I wouldn't say that.
Wives and girlfriends?
Right.
Of who?
Of athletes, but it's not just athletes, it's entertainers too. And I think that's where we were changing the narrative of WAGS. You don't have to depend on your athlete or entertainer. It's highlighting the WAGs in their own business.
Okay.
That's where people misunderstood. Like, you have Taylor Swift, you have Sierra, you have all these women who are WAGs, but they have their own stuff going. So that's what we're changing.
What does Taylor Swift do?
Would you stop it?
You better relax.
Throwing shade.
Bro, you want to go? You want to go after the
Beehive and the Swifties? Yeah, I can't do
In
it.
one day.
I ain't fighting my way home.
For real.
But the whole WAGS is just changing the narrative and showing that there are wives and girlfriends who have their own lane. Yes, their husband has a big, profile and they're out here killing it, but they have women that do the same.
So what's the next step for you?
It's a lot of things. Well, we're going to see how, this show plays out, and then there'll be a season 2.
Okay.
While that is going, I have a meeting with the city officials to sign over the land. I'm building affordable homes here in Tampa.
Oh, I love that.
Okay.
I have 3 projects.
I need a place.
Well, I heard your money long.
Some people be lying to you. That's what the problem is.
It's affordable home. So if anybody, stay tuned, stay connected with me, Sharelle Rosado _. We will be bringing affordable homes to Tampa. Myself and Joanna Colbert. Shout out to my business partner.
Okay.
We got a couple of people asking about townhouses that you're building in Tampa.
Yes.
Yeah,
Those are the
That's
affordable
what she's
homes.
talking
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have that. We also are doing, I'm a developer as well. So I have 3 projects with the VA, building a VA clinic here in Tampa Bay area.
We all salute you for your service.
Yes.
Thank
You
you.
did 2 tours?
I did 2 tours to Afghanistan.
And you jump out of...
airplanes.
Oh my
Jump.
gosh.
Well, I mean, not now, but
Yes,
but
yes.
you jump out.
Yes.
Wow.
Which Orlando would never do, but
Yeah, for real.
You got it.
If it's one parachute, she gone. Because I'm going to be like, I'm going to ride this thing down.
Listen, don't call me a mean girl. Call me a Banff.
Oh,
Banff?
Banff?
A badass.
Okay. All right. Yeah, all right. There
You
we
better
go.
mother, shut your mouth.
Welcome to Tampa. Listen, so if season 2 happens, do you think that Jules will be invited to be back?
I mean, everyone signed a deal, a contract. So it's not like you have a choice. You have contractual obligations that you have to do. If you don't go back, then that's on you. But
Would you like her back?
would you invite her?
of course, that's the thing. I don't have say so over cast. So me inviting her, I mean, I would love for her. I would love for everyone who did season 1 to come back and, because season 1 only displayed a little, just a small little piece. I would love for everyone to come back season 2 and showcase who they are, the real person of who they are, who they hang with, their lifestyle, their business, whatever.
All right. Is there anything else you want people to know before we wrap up here?
If y'all looking to join a brokerage, we are hiring agents.
Ooh, there we go.
Allure Realty.
Do they have to have like some status? Because I mean, are we just taking anybody? You ain't got time to train everybody.
We do. We have a training system.
Like you already got Kodak's girl, you
so-
walking her through the ringer. Like you walking her through the whole process. You busy.
Right. That's why we have a team. I have a training division that's gonna train these agents to get out here. What I said in my interview. We changing everybody's lives.
Okay.
Love it.
All right.
She
All right.
just
So they can reach out to you through Allure or through your Instagram, or how would you prefer it?
Allure Realty, or you can inbox me. I have a team that check all my messages.
I want
so
a team.
I
I don't have a team.
I tried to have a team. It didn't-
Hey, what you call us? Yeah, yo.
Y'all are my co-hosts. That's different. You see how her team just sit over there and don't say nothing? Y'all say stuff. It's different. All right. I wanted to make sure we gave you the opportunity. I mean,
Yes.
Gabe got on it and was like, hey, we need to get in there. And I'm like, all right, I want to make sure you had
Thank
your chance to come back and say hey. And I really hope you and Chad work out whatever. So in 18 days, on the 22nd, y'all
don't
should
wanna
go ahead and
walk
jump
down
that
the
broom.
aisle yet.
Jump that broom. Go ahead. Jump it.
Listen,
jump
Ro,
it. Y'all
what
got
kinda-
11 of them. Y'all
What
can't
kind of
leave
love
them.
story would it be?
Oh,
You telling your
that talk.
kids
Then they
one day,
really would say,
you're
oh,
like,
y'all a PR
you're like, listen, baby, you know what? Me and your dad almost didn't make it, But then 18 days before, we worked it out.
We worked it out.
What kind of
Won't
story,
he do it?
What kind of message does
Won't
that
he do
send
it?
the kids?
There we go.
Won't he do it?
Yes, won't he do it?
Y'all
Yes.
are hilarious. I'm coming back.
Okay, all right, there we go. All right, everybody, Sharelle Rosado! Netflix, WAGS the Riches, man, get in.
If you loved that video, then you're going to want to check out more. Make sure you hit subscribe right below.